Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Cameroon. Trust me, you haven't seen these facts before. We're talking mind-blowing stuff here, people. Get ready to have your perceptions challenged, your horizons expanded, and maybe, just maybe, learn a thing or two. Let's get started. Okay, let's start with the basics. Cameroon is located in Central Africa. We're talking lush rainforests, sprawling savannas, and a coastline that'll make you want to trade in your snow boots for flip-flops. And nestled right in the heart of it all is Cameroon, a country that's about as diverse as its landscape. This place is a melting pot of cultures, languages, and landscapes. Think of it like the United Nations of Africa, but with better food. And speaking of food, we'll get to that later. Cameroon is bordered by Nigeria to the west. To the east, you've got Chad and the Central African Republic, and to the south, Equatorial Guinea and Gabon. Now, let's talk about Cameroon's diversity. Over 250 languages are spoken in Cameroon. That's more languages than there are flavors of ice cream at your local Baskin-Robbins. You've got your official languages, French and English, but we'll save that for another time. And then you've got your regional languages, your tribal languages, your languages that are so obscure. Even Google Translate is like, nah, I'm good. Despite this incredible diversity, Cameroonians have a way of coming together, of finding common ground. It's like watching a room full of people trying to have a conversation using only emojis. It's chaotic, it's confusing, but somehow it works. Hold on to your safari hats, folks, because we're about to enter the wild world of Cameroon's wildlife. We're talking lions, elephants, giraffes, the whole gang's here. It's like stepping onto the set of The Lion King, but with fewer musical numbers. But the real star of the show? The Cross River gorilla. This critically endangered ape is like the VIP of the jungle. These gentle giants are critically endangered, which is a real shame because they're amazing creatures. Cameroon's wildlife is something special. It's a reminder that there's still so much beauty and wonder in the world and that we have a responsibility to protect it. All right, let's talk music, folks. And not just any music, but the vibrant, soul-stirring sounds of Cameroon. I'm talking about the real deal, the kind of music that makes you feel alive, the kind of music that gets your feet tapping, your hips swaying, and your soul singing with joy. I'm talking about the music of Cameroon, a place where every beat tells a story. Cameroon's musical landscape is as diverse as its people, but there are a couple of genres you need to know about, each one unique, each one captivating. First up, we've got Makossa. This genre is the heartbeat of many Cameroonian celebrations. This energetic, upbeat genre is like the soundtrack to a Cameroonian street party. It's impossible to stand still when Makossa is playing. It's got a driving rhythm, infectious melodies, and enough brass to make a marching band jealous. And then there's Bikutsi, another gem. This high-energy genre is not for the faint of heart. It's intense and exhilarating. It's fast, it's furious, and it'll have you sweating like you're doing CrossFit in a sauna. But it's worth every drop of sweat. Bikutsi is all about letting loose, forgetting your troubles and dancing like nobody's watching. It's pure, unfiltered joy. Cameroon is a melting pot of musical influences, from traditional rhythms and instruments to modern pop and hip-hop. It's a place where the past and present dance together in perfect harmony. Okay, let's talk scenery, folks, because let me tell you, Cameroon is not just a pretty face, it's drop-dead gorgeous. We're talking landscapes so stunning, they'll make you want to ditch your phone, breathe in the fresh air, and actually appreciate the beauty of nature. First up, we've got beaches. We're talking pristine, palm-fringed stretches of paradise that'll make you want to trade in your office cubicle for a beach umbrella and a coconut cocktail. But if mountains are more your thing, don't worry, Cameroon's got you covered. We're talking majestic peaks that pierce the clouds, lush green valleys that stretch as far as the eye can see, and waterfalls that'll make you want to channel your inner Tarzan. Cameroon has it all: rainforests, savannas, and deserts. Now let's talk about Mount Cameroon. This isn't just any mountain, this is an active volcano, folks. That's right, active, which means it could erupt at any moment. But don't worry, it hasn't erupted in over 20 years. Standing tall at over 13,000 feet, it's the highest peak in West Africa and a sight to behold. For all you adrenaline junkies out there, Climbing Mount Cameroon is the ultimate challenge. It's a grueling multi-day trek that'll test your physical and mental limits, but hey, the view from the top, totally worth it. Even if you're not up for the climb, you can still appreciate Mount Cameroon's majesty from afar. The mountain dominates the landscape, casting a long shadow over the surrounding area. All right, folks, it's time to talk food. And let me tell you, Cameroonian cuisine is not for the faint of heart. It's bold, it's flavorful, and it'll have you licking your plate clean. First up, we've got Intore. This dish is a Cameroonian classic, and for good reason. It's made with bitter leaf, a leafy green that's packed with flavor and cooked with a variety of ingredients like peanuts, meat, and seafood. And then there's achu. This dish is a staple in the northwest region of Cameroon, made with pounded cocoyams and served with a rich, flavorful soup. There's a whole world of flavors to explore, from spicy grilled meats to fresh seafood dishes to exotic fruits that'll make your taste buds sing. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about a darker chapter in Cameroon's history, the slave trade. This is a story that is often overlooked, but is crucial to understanding the full scope of the nation's past. The Bimbia slave trade port, located on the country's Atlantic coast, stands as a stark reminder of this brutal period. It was one of the many ports where human lives were commodified and traded. It's a place where countless Africans were held captive before being shipped across the Atlantic to a life of forced labor and unimaginable cruelty. The conditions were inhumane and the journey was perilous. Walking through the ruins of the port, you can almost hear the echoes of the past. The crumbling walls and deteriorating artifacts tell a story of suffering and resilience. The cries of the captured, the clanging of chains, the despair that hung heavy in the air. These elements create a haunting atmosphere that lingers long after you leave. The Bimbia slave trade port is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and efforts are underway to preserve it as a memorial to the victims of the transatlantic slave trade. These efforts ensure that future generations will not forget this dark chapter. It's a place of remembrance, reflection, and education. Visitors come to learn about the past and to pay their respects to those who suffered. Visiting the Bimbia slave trade port is not an easy experience, but it's a necessary one. It serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of remembering our history. All right, let's lighten the mood a bit and talk about something a little more upbeat. Festivals. Festivals are a huge part of Cameroonian culture, bringing people together in joyous celebration. Because if there's one thing Cameroonians know how to do, it's celebrate. Their festivals are a vibrant mix of music, dance, and tradition. From traditional ceremonies to modern festivals, there's always something going on in Cameroon. The energy and enthusiasm are truly infectious. One of the most famous festivals is the Ngondo Festival, which takes place in Douala, Cameroon's largest city. This festival is a major highlight of the year. This week-long festival is a celebration of the Sawa people who live along the country's coast. It's a time for the community to come together and honor their heritage. It's a colorful, vibrant affair with traditional dances, music, and rituals. The sights and sounds are a feast for the senses. But the Ngondo Festival is just the tip of the iceberg. There are countless other festivals throughout the year. Cameroon is home to a wide variety of festivals, each with its own unique traditions and customs. Every region has its own special way of celebrating. So, if you're ever feeling down, just remember, somewhere in Cameroon there's a festival going on, and who knows, maybe one day you'll get to join in the fun. Finally, let's talk about something that unites Cameroonians from all walks of life. Football, or soccer, as you Americans like to call it. But let's be real, it's football. And in Cameroon, football is more than just a game, it's a way of life. From the dusty streets of Yaoundé to the lush green fields of Limba, you'll find kids kicking a ball around, dreaming of becoming the next Samuel Eto'o or Roger Milla. Cameroon has a rich footballing history, with the national team, the indomitable Lions, having won the Africa Cup of Nations 5 times. When the indomitable Lions are playing, the entire country comes to a standstill. Streets are empty, bars are packed, and the air is thick with anticipation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about Cameroon, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. Seriously, hit that subscribe button. Plus, you'll be the first to know when we drop our next video. From all of us here at Channel Name, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay awesome. See you next time.